Hey fourth graders, I have something to start the year in your Google Classroom. It's a 40 book challenge and I hope you will accept it. My goal for you is to try to meet the challenge. When you click on the link, you're going to find it takes you to a locked Flipgrid. I'll give you the password once I'm sure that I have your permission to record audio and video for learning purposes on file. So let me just get logged in. Here's our 40 book challenge. So this is Flipgrid. I have all of these topics on the grid. You will notice that they are all specific types of genres or categories of text. So I want to start with Welcome to the Challenge. What you do is you record a quick 90-second video in each of the topic threads.
Greetings, Greenies. I'm here to tell you about our 40 book challenge this year. I'm looking for you to challenge yourself to see if you can read 40 books from a variety of genres in both fiction and nonfiction to be a balanced reader. So the challenge works like this. In order to earn a badge for a particular genre, you need to read at least 2 titles on that genre. With the exception of picture books, that's not really a genre, but 4 picture books. If you read 2 from each and then 4 picture books here, you will meet the challenge, but it's not going to be easy. So what you're going to do is when you read a text, you're going to share with us just a little bit of your thinking about the text. We're not going to retell the story. Nobody wants that. A great way would be to use bookhead heart thinking as you share what you've read about your text. But of course, that's not limited to just that. Any of the skills and strategies that we use in the classroom are all open for you to share what you think about text. Then you're going to record a quick chat about your text. So you want to think about what you want to say first. You only get about a minute and a half. This will be a fun way to encourage you to read different texts and to share with us what you've been reading.
Now, the great thing about the 40 book challenge is books we read together, our novels, would count. Text you read in the classroom, of course, you can count in the challenge, and text that you will be using for your response letters. In recording on the Flipgrid, my goal is just to give you a chance to just share the text with others and see if they'll be interested. Now, I'm accepting the challenge myself, and so I've already started. I've got a couple that I've recorded in some categories. The other thing that I have for you, just to kind of help keep track of what you're doing, is a recording sheet. When you open the recording sheet, you're going to want to make a copy of it for yourself because it'll be locked. You won't be able to make changes on the original. So I have my own here, and you can see I've already started to enter some of the texts that I've read. I'm really excited about doing this with you, and I can't wait for you to get started. So I'm going to show you how easy it is just to share a little bit about a text that you've read. I'm going to share with you a memoir, which is a biographical text where a writer reflects on a particular time in their life, and it tends to be written in that first person. Because it focuses on memories, that's where memoir comes from. So I click this plus. I make sure that I can use my camera and microphone. And when I'm ready to record, here I go. It gets a little tricky because when you hold up your text, you kind of have to get used to it. And I have to get used to not looking at the screen, but looking up at my camera. So here we go. So for my memoir, I read El Deafo. And I was really surprised because this is a graphic novel. And it's not something that I thought I would enjoy, but I loved it. And so I went through the text and I thought about book, head, and heart. And when I think about what's going on in the book, It's really about how Cece Bell tells the story of her childhood. When she was 4, she lost her hearing because of an illness. And particularly here in the back with the notes, I think she sums it up well when it's more important about what a deaf person chooses to do with their hearing loss. And so that's what she tells about in the book. So my head, I found that I was really surprised by the things that someone with hearing loss might experience. And this particular part here was where the author was explaining different things she learned about lip reading to help compensate for hearing loss. And then finally, for my heart part, Cece has an alter ego that she calls El Defo, and it's like a superhero. And, through reading through her challenges and how she becomes El Defo, or, pictures El Defo in her head, I realized that I have my own superpowers too, and I can overcome challenges just like Cece can. So for my memoir, I read El. The next thing that I'll do is I'll take a picture, and I like to just hold up the book so that I can get a picture of it. And there it is. And so it will upload and be part of the Flipgrid now for others to see. So it is that easy to talk about a text that you have. Just remember to make sure that you know what you're going to want to say, and keep in mind that you're not getting on and just retelling a text to us. While we're waiting for that to load, I'm going to go ahead and pull up again. This is the 40 book challenge. Notice that there are genres, and then I also have some categories here as well. It's still loading. In the middle, with picture books, poetry, and drama, these can be either fiction or nonfiction. Poetry anthologies, meaning a collection. So I'm encouraging you to read more than just a single poem for this category. And there are a lot of great ones out there. I think we're just about there. Now, when you put your name in, I'll do Mrs. Weber as a first name. Never, ever, ever put your last name. Just give a last initial. Even though we have this locked to be private to us, we always exercise that internet safety. And so there is my memoir piece. Looking forward to hearing about what you're reading.